Hey guys, this is chernyyvolk here. I'm sure you guys are wondering where I've been, and that's the video I want to make today. Um, this is not going to be a fighting game related video today, and it's going to be kind of a bummer, but it's a video I'm at a point where I've got to make. So, um, where have I been, and what's been going on? So, um, uh, things are not going well. Um, this is gonna be a oddly like personal video. I usually try to just keep things to like fighting games and the content that I feel like making, but I need help and I need help from the community if you're ever able to. I know my channel's like small and a lot of the viewership has fallen off because of my inconsistency, which I'm about to explain. We're going to go into why I haven't been
Practice
consistent with content
person.
creation or any of that. Um, I want to talk about that today, and I'm putting out like an actual like call for help here. So, uh, approximately, I think it's been we're coming up on 4 years now. I think it's been I think it was 2022, early 2022. Um, I'm not
Practice.
gonna say I lost because it wasn't in my name, but my family lost the house that we grew up in about 4 years ago. I'm not going to go into the details of it, but it was nothing that either I or my mother, who is my last remaining direct family alive, besides my sister that I have, um, could have done anything to save the situation. The other family member we lived with who owned the house, there was no other way to say it. He was a like selfish buffoon idiot who cost us our home and cost us a lot of like potential future money and has landed me in the situation I find myself in. So, my mother and I at the time we were warned we were losing the house with like a 2 week notice, and then we had to scramble to find somewhere to go. I ended up being able to find a mobile home. I bought a mobile home that was on the market for about 40K. But that has come with a lot of technicalities. This mobile home, despite the ad saying it was in good condition, it's turned out to be a real piece of shit. It's become a money pit that I'm constantly pouring money into to get fixed up. But I did not have a choice in the moment. I had to take this house or this mobile home. I had to take it. Um, Otherwise, me, my elderly mother, and my pets were all going to be, on the street. So I had to take this. It was what it was. In the 3.5 to 4 years I've lived here, I have not been able to find consistent or reliable work anywhere. Um, this is like a thing that if you don't live in the area like I do, like true deep south in the boonies kind of shit, I will just tell you you cannot comprehend or understand. There is no work where I live. Um, I've applied for jobs constantly. I've been signed up for the last 2 years at every temp agency in my area. I've even resorted to like posting in like local area Facebook groups and the like, offering to do things like mow elderly people's yards for money, and there is nothing to be found here. Um, and it's been like this now for like 4 to 3.5 years. The last work I had was, uh, and this is like work with quotation marks. I worked one night at a Mexican restaurant washing dishes on an emergency basis. They were in bad need of a dishwasher, and the boss of the place gave me $200 for under the table for what I did. That's the last time I ever stepped into a building to do anything in exchange for money. Ever since then, it's just been fruitless. So all I've been able to do is live both through support from friends and family and off of my mother's social security check. And that is becoming impossible to stretch anymore. And with the economy going the way it is, I cannot continue to fully lean on like my best friends the way I have been. It's just not tenable. But neither can I fix my situation of not having be able to find work, right? Um, so I am pulling out a cry for help here. I'm going to put my Cash App and my PayPal links in the description of this video, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about my situation, where I've been, why I haven't been making content or anything, because things have gotten worse. So on, I believe it was, let me check the calendar here. Yeah, March 28th. So on March 28th, I was arrested. I went to jail. I was arrested for having a suspended license due to my car insurance lapsing. The auto pay, I guess it would be now 3 months ago, failed on my car insurance. I was never notified of any of this. I was never notified that my license had been suspended. So I got pulled over for like a routine thing, like the guy thought he saw like one of my lights was out. I don't remember the exact reason he pulled me over. And he arrested me right there on the spot um, because of this. And because of that, I spent 5 days in jail. My pets were confiscated by the state. I had my two dogs with me and in the car because I take them out with me a lot. Um, my dogs taken by the state. I had to pay money to get them out, and my mother was left here alone. Um, it's like fend for herself with my only other immediate family is still alive, being my sister, and she did absolutely nothing for my mother. Didn't come through for her. I think she may have bought her like some like minor groceries and had them delivered to her, but like my mother was not taken care of at all while I was in jail. And ever since then, I got home. I have not been able to get back to driving yet. Um, I was just finally able to get some answers about what it's going to take for me to be able to get back to driving. Well, um, it's going to be at least $600 in total to get my license reinstated, to pay my car insurance, what the new adjusted rate's going to be for the crime I was arrested for, considering it was based on the suspension of a license, and to get my tags renewed. So, um, I cannot afford, at least all at once, to get this taken care of, and this makes life harder. Um, I can't go to work. I don't have public transpo here to make use of. I do not have anyone in my life who is able to consistently give me rides to go anywhere. So I cannot go to a job right now. I cannot get physical work. So that leaves work from home jobs, which I am trying, but the pandemic, the COVID pandemic, kind of woke everybody up to that, right? So it is very hard now to get those work from home jobs because they're all filled, more or less. Um, and yeah, so that is a bit of a problem, even if it weren't for the fact that I can't find work. My situation's been made 10 times harder by the fact that I can't drive right now. Um, So I am working towards trying to raise money toward getting my license reinstated. So basically, what we're looking at, if you want to know, if you really care about the amounts, I had to pay $250 to reinstate my driver's license. My adjusted insurance rate after um, everything is accounted for, with my license being suspended and my insurance having lapsed, my auto insurance, is going to come to probably 100 to 150 a month, and I will probably have to pay a bit more than that. I don't know that exactly to just get the insurance back online. And then tags in Tennessee for a car are right now they cost about $85 to renew. So pretty good chunk of change that I also just cannot afford to go shill up front for because I have to take care of my mother. I have to have groceries. I have to be able to take care of my um, dogs. There are just so many necessities here, and this is all on top of um, I've been dealing with a chronic pain problem that's pretty bad for the last 6 years. We'll say 6 years, and that also limits like my energy levels. It limits what I can do for work right now. Like, um, I can't work in a factory, for example. I'm not going to explain why, but like, I can't work in a factory not only because I would be miserable, but like I am literally not safe to work beside in a factory situation. So all this combined has left me in a pretty shitty place, and it's left me in a really bad position as far as life. And it's just it's kind of all taken my zeal um, for fighting games, making fighting game content, all that stuff. Like I just cannot function and do the things that I used to do and be passionate about doing. Can't do it. I would love to be able to do it. I actually am learning Invincible Versus right now because I think it's a cool game. A friend was willing to buy that for me so I could play that with them. Um, but beside that, um, that's why I haven't been around. That's why the content's been so inconsistent. I've tried to avoid talking about this on the channel because, like I said, I've tried to keep it the games only on here if I can, but I have to pull the ripcord. I have to be honest. And if somehow I can get donations from anybody or like a fan of mine or something, I have to make use of whatever I can right now to receive or make any kind of money. Um, Now, listen, if you want coaching lessons, I'm happy to teach you how to get good at fighting games in general, or MK, or Street Fighter, or whatever else. You guys know I'm knowledgeable enough that I can help you get better, generally speaking. Um, so if you want to like do that, you can hit me up on Twitter. You can hit me up on comments, even in this video. But that's where I'm at. I'm gonna put all my um, money app tags down below in the description. And if you think you can, if you can donate anything, I would really appreciate it. I'm in such a bad, untenable situation right now. And I understand most people are just not going to be able to comprehend it, and that's fine. I get that. But if you happen to be watching this, if you're a fan, please consider donating. Like, really, things are very bad here. And it's about the only way I could ever get back to streaming, making content, and playing fighting games again in the first place, is if any of this lightens up, which right now it's not. And this shit with me getting arrested, my license being suspended has only made things worse. It's compounded all the difficulties. Um, anyway, um, so that's it. I wanted to try and make this video. I didn't want to waste a lot of time. I wanted to be straightforward about what's going on. If you can help, please do. I'll be eternally thankful, obviously, for whatever you can do. Because it's a struggle just to even get by and take care of essentials right now. And it has been for 3 or 4 years now. And it's really wearing on me. Um, if you're interested in paying me for like something else, like if you're interested in receiving like lessons from me or like um advice on getting better, like I'll play a game with you and tell you what you could be doing better or whatever, I will do that and I will lowball the fuck out of the market rate of like whatever people do on Medify, etc. I will. Um, anyway, that's the video. I don't want to make this too long. Um, hope you guys have all been well. Sorry that I haven't been able to do more, and I hate it where I am right now. It's just been it's shitty. So anyway, if you can help out, do so. If you can't, obviously I get it. Like this country's going to shit anyway, right? And we're dealing with like a fascist state that's intended to like drive us all into poverty at this point. So I understand if you can't help, but I have to put out the call for help. It is what it is. So thank you if you're someone who's always like kind of stuck around and watched. And you know, I thank you for those who have remained subscribed. And I know people like to rewatch my videos. I appreciate that. I appreciate that I make content that people have enjoyed, or that my gameplays inspire people or made them interested in fighting games. But that's where I'm at right now. That's the update. Um, so comment, let me know how you guys have been doing, and I'd be kind of curious to know how common my story is because I'm finding out pretty quick a lot of people are in my kind of situation. Can't say I'm surprised, but I'm still shocked at the amount of people I'm hearing that are where I'm at. Um, but anyway, I'm gonna cut the video here. I appreciate you guys. I'll catch you sometime later. Peace.